June 8th, 2020 to order at 7:00 p.m. Roll call, Gwen.
President Jones,
Present.
Vice President Williams, Commissioner Dara,
Present.
Commissioner Richard,
Present.
Commissioner Haluka,
Present.
Solicitor Stone.
Present.
And Solicitor Stone, would you once again read in the announcement of the recording protocol?
Right. Well, I'm just going to say at this point that we will incorporate into our minutes the statements made at the prior meetings with respect to the conduct of remote meetings, or Zoom meetings as they are now affectionately known, under Act 15 of the state legislature. We conduct our meetings in accordance with Act 15, which means we do give prior notice on our website, and we do allow for resident participation by submitting questions or comments in advance of the meeting. We also post a record of the meeting within a matter of days following the meeting, all of which puts us into compliance with Act 15.
Thank you, sir. Do I hear a motion to approve the May 18th legislative meeting minutes?
So moved.
Second? Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And would you give an update on the zoning ordinance, please?
Okay, the first one is the zoning ordinance for the C2 district parking overlay. And that was originally scheduled to be on the agenda for a public hearing next week, but for two separate reasons, we need to move it and reschedule it. So that is now going to be held before the workshop meeting in July. So the parking overlay update public hearing will be on July 13th before the workshop meeting. And new notices have gone out to the affected and adjacent property owners, and they'll be posted in the morning, and a new ad has been run. So we've redone all the notifications for it, and that'll get moved into the July 13th meeting.
Harlan, anything to add to that?
No, there are a number of advantages. We did it also to accommodate the developer, to accommodate our friend Alcor at Endurance Realty, but also it will also allow for more transparency and for greater public participation when we have our in-person meeting in July. So there were a lot of good reasons for it.
Thanks. And Gwen, could you give us an update on the zoning ordinance relative to oil and gas?
That one is still on the schedule for next week. So we will have a court reporter here at 7 o'clock to be here in the building to do the transcription for that. And that oil and gas amendment will be a public hearing again next week. And at 7 o'clock before the regular meeting. And then once the public hearing is closed, then the board will transition into the regular meeting, and you may vote to adopt it at that meeting if you're ready.
Thank you. Has everyone had a chance to read the proposed policy for improvements to township-owned property?
Yes.
Yes.
Any comments?
Looks good to me.
This pretty much comes from historic experience for me, particularly here in the manor. Without a record, it's sometimes complicates questions in the future. So I agree that it's a good thing to have a policy. And I think we can make a motion to approve that policy tonight if you choose.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion approved. 2020 census, Gwen.
We got a call from our regional contact for the census, and they said that Aleppo's participation percentage is lower than some of the surrounding communities in the county and the county as a whole. And so we just want to explain that from a township perspective, getting accurate numbers of the census is very important. We have several things that we are billed on based on population count. And that is a number that goes a long way towards some of the grants that we're eligible for and the funding requirements. So having an accurate population count for Aleppo is very significant on the local government side. So I just want to take the minute to encourage everyone to fill out their census forms, get back to them. If anybody needs any information on it, the contact provided me with some information about the census. So if we could just have everyone get the word out and try to encourage everyone to fill it out, it does matter to the township.
Is something like that posted to the website?
I can put material up on the website, sure.
I would suggest you do that.
Okay.
And is there a possibility to use our email list, Gwen, and do the same?
I will, when I send out this digest for this meeting, at the end of the week, I'm going to highlight this as one of the conversation pieces, and I can actually, I'll add a little bit of meat to that part of the digest.
Okay, good.
Any further discussion? Commissioner Haluka, would you give us an update on the coronavirus situation, please?
Yes, I just actually was getting a text from Eric. It looks like all of their testing will be done way ahead of the requirement of July 23rd. They're in good shape. They're still negative. Everything's moving on like we thought. So my thought was that following the legislative meeting, which is on 6/15, we could have a little 5-minute EOC meeting with the purpose of deactivating if nothing has changed. And then once we deactivate, I'll get the reports together, et cetera, that I have to submit. Any thoughts on that?
And then the question we discussed earlier, are you comfortable with us holding a meeting person to person next week?
Absolutely. I think if we're reasonable with distancing, et cetera, I think we're well within the guidelines and well within safety.
So next week we'll meet in the township building with appropriate conditions and social distancing.
Okay.
Anything else
Are
on
you okay with
emergency
that, Gwen?
management? Pardon me,
I'm
Judy?
okay with that. We can.
Okay, I just wanted to check with Gwen because it's kind of her house that we're potentially dirtying. So I just wanted to make sure she was okay with that.
Thank you, Judy. Yeah, we're going to spread the commissioners out around the table a little more than usual. We'll probably set up 2 extra tables for, one for Patty and me and one for Harlan on the other side. Just trying to spread everybody out in the room a little bit more. And then if anybody has a mask, it might be good to bring it because we may have residents and public here. So it would be good to be prepared to, if we're going to ask them to wear a mask, we should wear one too. So it's good to be prepared and have your masks with you when you come.
If somebody
number
doesn't
one-
have one, let me know.
If anybody's uncomfortable coming, please let us know. And for anyone that might plan to attend that meeting, please be aware that we will have to restrict attendance appropriately. Any other new business? Citizen participation. We've had a few emails today or phone calls today, Gwen.
We did. I got 2 phone calls today from some residents, and they had some concerns that they were not, this is a Zoom meeting, so they took advantage of our advertising actually to call and let me know in advance. Carolyn Smith called. She was speaking for herself and some other residents and her neighbors. We have one resident concerned about the screening of the new villas in the parking area at Masonic. We have concerns about traffic increasing on Redgate, big trucks using Redgate. Some of them feel that they are Amazon trucks. They said that the lot next to the Vish lot, which is across the street here, should be cut more frequently. And asked a question about the machine that's marked for rent along Deer Run Road. And I'm going to look into the ordinance and see if that is actually allowed to be parked there as a rent me advertisement. Then we had Sandy Moore called, and she asked for an update about the beeping at Amazon. She gave several examples, dates and times of when she felt that Amazon drivers were driving unsafely. She is seeing an increase in trucks and vans on Redgate, and she went to express her opinion on the parking overlay. She said that she feels the township is bending over backwards for Amazon, and the residents are getting the short end of the stick. And as far as the Amazon issue, I explained to both of them that the in-person meetings with Amazon had been suspended during this pandemic time, but that we were looking forward to restarting that. We have not suspended all communication with Amazon, but we suspended some of the status meetings, and we're looking to get those started again now that people are able to meet together again. And will continue to address their concerns.
Thank you. Any comments on those comments? Any additional new business or citizen participation?
I have a quick Amazon question. Who is it that's meeting with Amazon? Is that you, Amy?
Yeah,
Could you just ask Jonathan or whoever to get me a copy of their EOP so that it can become part of ours, much like Masonic?
yep, sure can. Yeah, I guess I should say though. Oh, hi, Art.
All right,
Hello, Art.
I would anticipate us starting those meetings with Amazon by the end of this month. We were at the end of the month is sort of when we were meeting after our meetings took place for the month, and then we were debriefing with them. So I would anticipate this month being able to pick that back up.
Chief Haney also attends those meetings.
He did the one time and not the other time, maybe as long as he can swing by during that time period. Yes.
Welcome,
Yeah, there's
Commissioner. Go ahead, Judy.
There's no hurry, Amy. It's just that because of their just sheer size,
Sure.
they should probably be an appendix to our EOP, just like Masonic.
Sure.
Welcome, Commissioner Williams.
you're in time to move to adjourn.
Can you hear us, Art?
Yeah, and I can see all of you, so everything's fine as far as Zoom's concerned. My wife's computer and my computer, we're seeing things on the screen we've never seen before, and Verizon's on the line, so that's sort of like saying having CNN in your driveway.
Can you hear us, Art?
Yes, I can hear you. Hold
Would you
on.
like to make a motion to adjourn?
Not at this time.
Art, do you have any business to conduct?
No, not really. Just to approve the things that we have already discussed about the bonds and so on.
Okay. So that you know, next week we'll be meeting at the Township Building. So we'll have an opportunity to discuss openly. And there was nothing about the agenda that wasn't listed or that you don't know about. So with that, the meeting is adjourned.
Oh, okay, fine. Is it something I said?
Hi, Dave.